Here we go again, sports fans. I'm Ernie Harwell, bringing you Cincinnati Reds baseball. And this is WAPBA, the voice of baseball in your home since 1951. We're coming to you from out here at the park, where the Reds will host the visiting Los Angeles Dodgers. Overall, they now stand at 1-0. This is the second game in this 3-game series. The Reds won the first. The Reds take the field here in the first. McCoy has set his opening slate. Wazuski at first base. Morgan at second. Larkin, the shortstop. Rose at third. The outfield consists of Bell in left field, Henson in center field, and Roush over in right. Bench is behind the plate, and on the mound for the Reds, the left-hander Rixey. He will be facing Dodgers starter right-hander Drysdale. We'll tell you about him in the bottom half, so settle in. We're ready to start this game. Wilson leading off the first. He has the talent to do some damage. To date, at bat, 1 for 3. He's walked once. Rixey prepares to come home. Here he comes. Low and away, ball 1. Wills stands in again. Now Rixey ready. The offering. One hop at a second over to first. For the first out. Here's Davis coming to the plate. A trusty bat. This is his second game. So far this season, 0 for 4. Davis knows how to get on base. In the box now. Rixey looking home. Here's a pitch. Davis lashes one to right. It falls. And Davis is on with a single. And that's his first hit this season. Sachs is the next hitter. A bat to watch. This is his second game on the year. 0 for 3. Davis pawing the ground at first. Steve waits. Bench ready to receive. Space on the right. Davis leading off. Now Rixey comes home with it. High bounce at his short. He has to wait. Now he has it. Looks at second. He'll go to first. 2 away. Davis moves up. There was no chance to get 2. Piazza is stepping up to hit against Rixey. The Dodgers have 2 outs. Runner on second. Excellent credentials with the stick. This is his second game. To date, at bat, 0 for 4. Rixey will go to work on him. Davis stretches his lead off second. He delivers. That's hit. Back and deep the other way. Back. 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 Oh, man, it's long gone. A 2-run shot over the right center field wall. So Piazza has his first homer of the season. The Dodgers have their first 2 runs, and the Dodgers go ahead by 2-0 here in the first. And that's his first hit this season. And Piazza now has 2 runs batted in on the season. 2 outs, the top of the first inning. Guerrero up the bat. Excellent credentials with the stick so far. 1 for 4. Guerrero steps in. Left-handed Rixey goes to the set position. The pitch. Guerrero piles into this pitch. That could be trouble. Roush races it to the wall. Back. Picked clean. Roush turned it into just a loud out. That was very nearly back-to-back home runs. 3 down. For the Dodgers, 2-2-0. They jump into the lead. Dodgers, 2. Reds coming up. For the Dodgers, their record now, 0-1. In the league, let's see. They're 7th in batting average at 138. 4th in steals with no. The Dodgers take the field here in the first. Here's how it lines up defensively for the Dodgers. Garvey at first base. Sachs at second. Wills, the shortstop. Say at third. Across the outfield, in left, it's Baker. In center, Davis. And over in right, Guerrero. Piazza is behind the plate and pitching for the Dodgers. Drysdale, who comes from the right side. He can get that big strikeout for you when you need it. Morgan, the leading off. Excellent credentials with the stick on the year. 1 for 3. He's walked once. He has stolen 2 bases and been caught not at all. Drysdale staring in, ready to work. The pitch. In on the fists. Morgan fights it off into shallow right, and he's on at first. Now coming up, Rose. He comes up there to hit. To date at bat, 1 for 4. Drysdale comes set. Morgan, 2 full strides off first. Morgan is off and running. Drysdale deals. Swung on. Grounded hard to short off his chest. He picks it up, throws quickly to first, and there's 1 away. Morgan moves up. One on. Cincinnati now sends Roush to bat. Ed, a strong hitter. Drysdale set. Morgan now with an aggressive lead. The pitch comes in. It's a shot to left center. Way back. Davis jumps. It's off the wall. Baker grabs the ball, throws it in. Morgan scores, and Roush will make second easily. So the double scores 1. The Reds are on the board. Trimming the lead to 1. The fans want more. For Cincinnati, Roush on second. 1 gone. Down by 1. We have Pazuski, the bat for the Reds. He's their cleanup hitter. Pretty good with a stick. To date, 1 for 4. 1 homer, 2 ribbies. Pazuski settles himself in the box. Drysdale climbs the mound. Right-handed Drysdale goes to the set position. Drysdale working on Roush to hold him close. Drysdale brings it home. The ball is lifted into right center. Not deep. Guerrero drifts into the gap and takes it in. Roush is tagging. Guerrero turns and sets, but they're holding him at second as the throw comes in. For Cincinnati, Roush on at second. 2 gone. The bottom of the first inning. We have Bench, the bat for the Reds. Bench belts them all. So far at the plate, 1 for 3. He's walked once. Catcher Piazza sets his target. Roush edges a bit more off second. The offering. He pops it up. Garvey is backing up. Sachs is over. Waves off Garvey. That's 3 away. For the Reds, a run on 2. Hits. 1 left on. They score, but still trail by 1. The score now stands 2-1 Dodgers as we head for the top of the second inning. Garvey, Baker, then Say, due up for Los Angeles. Garvey leading it off. He gets his share of hits so far. 1 for 3. Garvey stands in. Rixey gets set to pitch. Now the pitch. Hit hard toward the gap in right center. Henson is racing back. He won't get it. It's off the wall. Henson chases it down. Garvey cruises into second. For Garvey, his first double of the season. All right, for Los Angeles. No outs. Garvey on second. Baker will bat next for Los Angeles. A right-sider. He has the talent to do some damage. To date, batting 1 for 3. Catcher Bench sets his target. He brings it in. An infield roller by Baker. Larkin charges. The flip to first. 1 down. Garvey holds. Runner on second. 1 down. Say up. Ron is a tough out. This is his second game so far this season. 0 for 2. He's walked once. Say steps up to the plate. Bench crouched down now. Here's a pitch from Rixey. Poke to left center. Base hit. That could be trouble. Bell and Henson converge, and it's through. Garvey scores, and Say is into second standing as the throw comes in. So the double scores 1, and the Dodgers now lead 3-1. For Say, his first double of the season, and that's his first hit this season. That's Say's first run batted in of the season. 1 on, pitcher Drysdale up. Don taking his first at bat of the season. Rixey looking in. Infield drawn in a few feet. The pitch, Drysdale squares. It's bunted to the first base side. Klazuski picks it up. Looks at third and goes to Morgan, covering first for the easy out. And it's a sacrifice for Drysdale. Say moves to third. One on, the top of the second inning. It's now Wills to bat. Catcher Bench sets his target. Looks at third. The pitch, big swing. It's a dying quail to right. Roush gallops in. Morgan races back. But it parachutes between them. A Texas League single for Wills. Say scores easily, and Wills has the RBI. So the single drives in 1, and the Dodgers now lead 4-1. That's Wills' first run batted in of the season. Next batter, Davis. Batter set. Catcher ready. And the pitch comes in. Swung on, strike. Wills is off to the races. Bench fires it down. Safe, high throw. That's his first steal of the season. So Davis steps back in. Rixey is ready to fire it in. Wills stretching his lead. Here's the delivery. Hit like a shot. Morgan waves on it, but it's by him into right. Wills is around third. They're waving Wills in, and he scores. As the throw comes into second, Davis holds it first for the single. So the single drives in 1, and Los Angeles increases its lead. This ball game now 5-1. Sachs is now up. And here comes Reds manager McCoy. He's asking Rixey for the ball. Pitching change for Cincinnati. Righty Eastwick will take over and face Sachs. So Rixey is yanked early. He goes only an inning and 2/3. The game for Rixey, 5 runs so far on 6 hits. A homer. He's responsible for the runner. He can only lose it. For Eastwick, this is his first appearance. He's a right-handed pitcher. He'll try to hold him to let the Reds get back in it. Eastwick is finished with his warm-up pitches. The umpire is brushing off the plate. We're ready to go. Sachs waiting. Eastwick prepares to come home. Davis takes a good lead. Eastwick into his motion, delivers. Popped high to the left side. Rose drifts back into foul territory. He stabs out, and he drops it. That turns it out into a strike. Sachs ready to take on Eastwick again. Right-hander Eastwick ready. The pitch. Sachs pounds it on the ground. Morgan stops it on one hop. Shovels to Larkin for the force. That's 3 away. For the Dodgers, 3 runs on 4 hits. 1 misadventure for the Reds. They leave 1. So the Dodgers now with a safer margin. Reds behind the Dodgers. 5-1. Bell, Larkin, and Henson to bat next. Here's Bell to start it off. Awesome power. Drysdale looking in. The delivery from Drysdale. There's a bouncer to the left side, right where Wills is stationed. He takes his time with the peg and puts Bell away easily. 1 down. Larkin is the next hitter. A very steady hitter. Piazza ready to receive. And now the pitch. Larkin blasts the drive to right center. It might have the distance. It rattles the wall. Davis plays the carom. Larkin is going for 2. Here's the throw. And Larkin pulls into second with a long double. Henson is now up. Henson, recently known as a solid hitter. Right-handed Drysdale goes to the set position. Speedy Larkin edging toward third. The offering from Drysdale. Swung on. Softly hit line to center. Here comes Davis. He makes the running catch. Steals a hit from Henson. Larkin held up, and now he tags. But they'll hold him there as the ball is returned to the infield. Now coming up, Eastwick. Raleigh taking his first at bat of the season. Drysdale focuses in on the target. Reds, skipper McCoy walking down the bench. You can mark pitcher Eastwick out for the Reds. McCoy not letting him bat. He's sending Robinson to the plate. Bats right. He shoulders the bat and heads toward the plate. So Eastwick goes 1/3 of an inning. The line on him, no runs on no hits. Robinson is up next. Known to whack that ball pretty well. This is his second game. To date at bat, 0 for 4. Frank ready. Drysdale set. Larkin edges a bit more off second. The pitch comes in, and it's chopped down the first baseline. Garvey's up with it, and he tags the bag for the final out. That'll do it for Cincinnati. No runs on 1 hit. 1 left. They had a chance but could not convert. Reds trailing by 4. Remember, this game goes 9 innings. They'll have another chance in the 3rd. Piazza, Guerrero, and Garvey to bat next. Blackwell is coming on to pitch for the Reds. For Blackwell, this is his first appearance. He's a right-handed pitcher. He'll try to hold him to let the Reds get back in it. To get it going, Piazza. Blackwell takes a few warm-up pitches. He's rubbing up the ball. We're ready to go. The slugger stands in. Right-hander, Blackwell, ready. Blackwell brings it. On the hands, it's a slow roller toward Rose. He charges, scoops it over to first. just in time. One down. Now coming to bat for the Dodgers, Guerrero. Bench sets up. Here's the delivery. Guerrero nubs it in front of home. Bench pounces on it. Drops it. Picks it up again and makes the throw to first. In time. And that's out number 2. Garvey walking up the bat. Blackwell staring in, ready to work. Blackwell comes to the plate. Garvey lofts a routine fly ball to center. Henson drifts under it and hauls it in. That's 3 away. So the Dodgers are retired in order. The score still 5-1. Reds trail. Cincinnati now will send out the top of the order. Morgan, Rose, and Roush. Leading off, Morgan. The slugger stands in. Catcher ready. The pitch from Drysdale. It's grounded into the hole. Garvey to his right, and it's through. Morgan is on first. Show with his second hit in this game. Rose to face Drysdale. Rose takes his stance. Pitcher Drysdale set to go. Drysdale fires it in. It's back to him at the mound. Drysdale turns and throws to second in time for the out. And Rose is on the fielder's choice. Notch 1. Here's Roush coming to the plate. Drysdale will go to work on him. Drysdale with the pitch. Hit hard to Wills. He takes the high hop. He bobbles it. Throws quickly to first. And he's safe. The throw skips by Garvey. He's after it. Rose moves easily to third. Roush never made the turn towards second and has to settle for first. Wills picks up an error. The Reds have one down. Runners at the corners. The bottom of the third inning. Kluszewski up to hit. He's their cleanup hitter. Ted has driven home 2 runs for the season. He rarely strikes out. Drysdale now set. Infield back at double play depth. Drysdale looks. Rose back to third. The pitch. Swung on. Bouncer to Sachs. Goes to second for 1. Back to first for 2. Double play. And they get out of the inning. For the Reds, no runs on 1 hit. The Dodgers fumble once. 1 left. They had a chance but could not convert. The score still 5-1. Reds trail. Blackwell will now face the bottom of the Dodgers lineup. Baker, Say, and Drysdale coming up. Baker, the leading off. The hitter stands in. Blackwell staring in, ready to work. The pitch. It's a shot to left center. Drops in front of Henson. Takes it in. Baker holds first with a single. Say coming up. Blackwell looking in. Space on the right. The pitch from Blackwell. Swung on. 1 hop at a second. Shovels to Larkin for 1. Back to first. Not in time. Say beats it out, but they get the lead runner. 1 away. Drysdale walking up the bat. Drysdale settles himself in the box. Blackwell staring in, ready to work. Infield playing in a few paces. The pitch. Blackwell misses. Ball 4. Drysdale will go to first. That was Drysdale's first walk of the season. Wills getting ready to go. Blackwell looking in. The pitch. A towering fly ball to center. Henson is back. He's under it. He's got it. Both runners are tagging, but they're holding them as the throw comes back in. Now coming to bat for the Dodgers, Davis. On the season, only one RBI so far for Willie. Batter ready. Catcher ready. The delivery from Blackwell. Pop foul behind first. Morgan is over. He's under it and hauls it in. For the Dodgers, no runs on one hit. There were no errors. 2 left. They cannot add to their lead. The score is still 5-1, Los Angeles, as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. For Cincinnati, it'll be Bench, Bell, and Larkin. To get it going, Bench. Drysdale looking home. Drysdale comes to him. Swung on and missed. 1 away. Bell is the next hitter. Bell steps up to the plate. Drysdale gets set to pitch. The pitch. Bell hits a shot past the diving Garvey just inside the bag. It rolls up the line. Guerrero plays it in the corner. He plays it in quickly. And Bell plays it into a double. Larkin to face Drysdale. Larkin in the box. Right-hander Drysdale ready. He wheels and deals. Bounce to short. He takes a high hop. Fires to first. 2 away. Bell holds. Next batter, Henson. The hitter stands in. Drysdale staring in, ready to work. The delivery from Drysdale. Loop to right, toward the gap. Guerrero is after it. Cuts it off on the bounce. Bell is around third. They're waving Bell in. Here comes a throw home. Here's a play at the plate, and he's safe ahead of the throw. Henson holds it first for the single. So Henson with a ribby single, and the Reds get another one back. Score now 5-2. 2 down. Henson down at first for Cincinnati. The bottom of the 4th inning. Pitcher Blackwell to hit. Ewell taking his first at bat of the season. He stands in. Catcher ready. Drysdale kicks and delivers. Swung on. It's a high fly to center. Davis roams over. Plenty of room. This should do it. And he takes it in. And that retires the side. For the Reds, a run on 2 hits. 1 left. They score, but still trail by 3-4. Complete here in Cincinnati. The score now stands 5-2. Dodgers as we head for the top of the 5th inning. Cincinnati will now face the heart of the Dodgers lineup. Sachs, Piazza, and Guerrero coming up. Here's Sachs to start it off. He swings from the right. A dangerous hitter. In the box now. Bench set. Blackwell delivers. Sachs jacks one to deep left. Bell retreats. Still going back to the track, to the wall, and puts it away. 1 down. Piazza is now up. Catcher Bench sets his target. The pitch. Hit to straightaway center field. It's playable. Henson moves under it and takes it in. 2 gone. Now coming to bat for the Dodgers, Guerrero. Blackwell looking in at the target. Blackwell deals. Chopper back to the mound. Blackwell up with it. Flips the first for the out. The Reds retire the side in order. Reds trailing by 3 as we go to the home half. We're at the head of the order for the Reds. Drysdale will face Morgan, Rose, and Roush. Here's Morgan to lead it off. Morgan has a lot of ways to get on. Morgan takes his stance. Drysdale looking in at the target. The pitch. It's lifted high in the air. Center fielder Davis parks under it. He's got it. And Morgan is gone. One away. One down. Next up, Rose. Pete can get on. Pitcher Drysdale set to go. The pitch. The ball is chopped out over the mound. Wills gets to it in front of second, rifles it to first, and just nips Rose. 2 away. The next Reds batter is Roush. Roush, 1 for 2, has a ribby. Piazza sets up. The pitch. Swung on, blooper down the right field line. Guerrero racing in. He makes the running catch. Side retired. Drysdale sets them down in order. We've played 5. Reds down 5-2. For Los Angeles, it'll be Garvey, Baker, and Say. To get it going, Garvey. Steve can pop it. Garvey waiting for Blackwell. Now Blackwell ready. The pitch is on the way. Garvey sends one to left center. Henson is racing over. Bell is on the run, and Henson makes the catch. 1 down. Baker is stepping up to hit against Blackwell. A productive power hitter. Dusty ready. Bench sets up. The offering. Lofted deep to left field. Bell is chasing it. He's at the warning track, and he hauls it in. And that's the second out. Okay. Say comes out to face Blackwell. That's right. Batter facing Blackwell. Bench ready to receive. Blackwell comes home. Hit hard to Larkin. He takes a high hop. Throws quickly to first, and he's out on a close play. 3 down. The Reds retire the side in order. The score is still 5-2, Los Angeles, as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. For Cincinnati, it'll be Klazuski, bench, and Bell. To get it going, Klazuski. Exceptional power. Ted waits. Drysdale staring in, ready to work. The pitch. Yanked towards second. Sachs feels it. He flips to first. High throw. But they get him. 1 away. Bench comes up to bat. He'll wait for his pitch. Piazza crouched down now. Now Drysdale pitches. Swung on and missed. 2 down. Bell is up next. Gus, 1 for 2, and he scored a run. Piazza ready to receive. Drysdale winds up. Fastball bounced up the middle. Sacks over, and it's through. Base hit for Bell. That's Bell. Second hit of the game. Larkin to face Drysdale. A sure hitter. Barry steps up. Catcher ready. The pitch to Larkin. Chopper back to the mound. Drysdale gloves it. He flips to Garvey, and it gets by him. Bell goes on to third. Larkin has to hold first. That'll be an error on Drysdale. The Dodgers have now committed 2 errors. Well, 2 gone. Bell at third. Larkin at first. The bottom of the 6th inning. Next up, Henson. Veda gets good wood. He already has a hit in this game. Henson steadies his bat. Drysdale looking home. Bell down the line some at third. He delivers. There's a long fly ball. It's got a chance. Guerrero races back to the wall. Leaps. Got it. Side retired. For the Reds, no runs on 1 hit. 1 misadventure for the Dodgers. They leave 2. They waste a good chance. Reds behind the Dodgers, 5-2, and they'll try to hold them until the 7th. Drysdale, Wills, and Davis to bat next. To get it going for the Dodgers here, Drysdale. He's a right-handed batter. Drysdale waiting for Blackwell. Blackwell prepared to work. Now the delivery. Drysdale hits a ground hugger towards second. Morgan picks it up and flips to first. Routine. 1 away. 1 out. Wills gets set to face Blackwell. Respectable power. Pitcher Blackwell set to go. Blackwell now. Fouled off. Dribble back to the on-deck circle. Strike 1. So Wills steps back in. Catcher bench sets his target. He wheels and deals. Wills scribs it to the left side. Rose charges it, picks it up barehanded and guns it to first. But Wills beats the throw. Base hit. That's Wills' second hit of the game. The Dodgers have 1 down. Wills down at first. Davis is stepping up to hit against Blackwell. He bats left-handed. A dangerous hitter. Davis steps up to the plate. Blackwell looking home. There goes Wills. The delivery, line to short, and it's through. Larkin broke towards second and let the ball get through. Speedy Wills glides into third, and Davis collects a lovely single. A perfectly placed hit. Well, the next Dodgers batter is Sachs, right-hander. Dodgers with runners at the corners, 1 gone. Sachs 0 for 3. Sachs settles himself in the box. Blackwell looking home. Davis is off with the pitch. Lined hard over first. Base hit. Roush racing over. You take it on the bounce. Wills scores. Davis is 1 around second. The coach is waving him to third, and he gets over to third as the throw comes into Larkin. So the single drives in 1, and Los Angeles increases its lead. This ball game now 6-2, and that's his first hit this season for Los Angeles. The 10th hit in this game. Piazza walking up to bat. Already has a homer in this game, his first. Piazza 1 for 3, 2 ribbies. Batter ready. And here comes Reds manager McCoy again. He's asking Blackwell for the ball. They'll go to Lucas, the right-hander. Blackwell pitched 4 1/3 in relief. He yielded 1 earned run so far on 4 hits, 1 walk. He's responsible for the runners. For Lucas, this is his first appearance. He's a right-handed pitcher. He'll be looking for the double play. Lucas takes a few warm-up pitches. He's rubbing up the ball. We're ready to go. Right-handed Lucas goes to the set position. Infield is back. Now Lucas comes home with it. Bounce to short. Larkin's up with it. He bobbles it for a second. Fires to second. Just in time. No play at first. And a run scores. And Piazza is on at first. And Los Angeles increases its lead. This ball game now 7-2. And Piazza now has 3 runs batted in on the season. Guerrero up there. Guerrero ready to bat. Bench sets up. Now the delivery. And he misses. Ball 1. Guerrero stands in again. Lucas looking in at the target. The pitch comes in. Lofted to center. Henson is over. He's under it. This should do it. He's got it, and the side is retired. The line for the Dodgers, 2, 3, and 0. They leave 1, so the Dodgers have now taken a big lead. Reds down 7-2. Cincinnati due up. Okay, folks, on your feet. Take a break for the 7th inning stretch.
To the ball game, take me up to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I ever get back while it's root for the whole team. They go when it's a shame. Well, it's 1, 2, 3, thank you, I'm happy.
For Cincinnati, here in the 7th, Lucas, Morgan, and Rose. Here's Lucas to lead it off. Drysdale will go to work on him. Drysdale into the wind. On the corner. That one froze. Lucas couldn't pull the trigger. 1 away. Here's Morgan coming to the plate. Joe does get on. Piazza sets up. The pitch. That's high and deep by Morgan. Davis is on the run. On the run. It's starting to tail away from him. He makes a catch. 2 gone. Next batter, Rose. Drysdale prepares to come home. And the pitch comes in. Swung on. A squibber in front of the plate. Drysdale is in. Picks it up. Spins. Fires to first. In time. For the Reds. 3 up, 3 down. After 7, it's still 7-2. Dodgers. The Dodgers will have Garvey, Baker, and Say here in the 8th. Garvey will start the 8th. Batter ready. Catcher ready. And the pitch. That's high and deep by Garvey. Henson is on the run. On the run. It's starting to tail away from him, and it drops in. Garvey is headed for second. He's at a second ahead of the throw. That's his 2nd double of the game. Baker getting ready to go. Lucas looking home. He wheels and deals. Fastball high. Free pass to Baker, and the ump gives him first. That was Baker's first walk of the season. Say is up next. Bench set. The runners take their lead. The pitch, routine fly ball to right. Roush moves under it and brings it down. Both runners are tagging, but they're holding them as the throw comes back in. Drysdale is now up. Catcher ready. Infield drawn in a few feet. The pitch, he squares. Bunted to the right side. Klazuski picks it up. Looks at third. Now turns and flips to first in time for the out. A sacrifice for Drysdale, and the runners move up. Wills coming up. Bench crouched down now. Here's a pitch from Lucas. Breaking ball, ball 4. And Wills trots down to first. Two down, 8th inning. The bases are loaded. Davis gets set to face Lucas. Batter waits. Bench sets up. The runners take their lead. The pitch comes in, grounded hard toward Larkin. He has it. Flips to Morgan at second to retire the side. For the Dodgers, no runs, 1 hit. They leave 3. We've played 7.5. Reds down 7-2. The Reds now send up the heart of their order to face Drysdale. The 3-4-5 hitters, Roush, Klazuski, and Bench. Roush starts it for the Reds. Batter up. Drysdale looking in at the target. Drysdale to the wind. Swung on, popped foul behind first. Sachs racing over, waves off Garvey, and he gloves it. And there's one away. Klazuski is up next. Drysdale gets set to pitch. The pitch. Klazuski started the swing. Did he hold up? They check with the third base ump. A base on balls for Klazuski, and that's the first walk issued by Drysdale. That was Klazuski's first walk of the season. Here's Bench coming to the plate. Drysdale looking home. First baseman Garvey holding the runner on. Drysdale into his motion, delivers. Slow chopper toward short. Wills charges. Bad bounce. It handcuffed him. On to first. And that's out number 2. And Klazuski hugged second. Klazuski had a good jump on the pitch. There was no way to get the lead runner. Now coming to bat for the Reds. Bell. Batter ready. Drysdale staring in, ready to work. And a pitch. That's skied to right center, medium deep. Davis roams over. He calls. Can of corn. That's 3 away. The half for the Reds. No runs, no hits, no errors. They leave 1. They had a chance but could not convert. Reds behind the Dodgers, 7-2. Cincinnati will now face the heart of the Dodgers lineup. Sachs, Piazza, and Guerrero coming up. Sachs leading it off. Pitcher Lucas set to go. The pitch. High and inside, ball 1. So Sachs will get back in there. Lucas is ready to fire it in. Lucas with the pitch. Hit like a bullet. Morgan waves at it, but it's by him into right, and Sachs racks up a base hit. That's Sachs' second hit of the game. Piazza is now up. Batter up. Lucas gets set to pitch. They start the runner. Lined back to the mound, and it's off his leg. Piazza races down the line. No play. Sachs holds up at second. Score that on a shin burner single. Mike with his second hit in this game. Guerrero comes up to bat. I guess you can never have too many runs. Guerrero ready to bat. Lucas staring in, ready to work. Lucas fires it in. High, ball one. Guerrero stands in again. Bench sets up. The runners take their lead. The pitch. Guerrero pops it up behind the plate. Bench tosses the mask away. Moves under it. And he makes the catch. Now coming up, Garvey. Right-hander Lucas ready. The runners take their lead. The pitch. Garvey smacks a rocket to right field. And Roush spears it. Both runners are tagging, but they're holding them as the throw comes back in. Baker coming up. Batter ready. Lucas focuses in on the target. The runners take their lead. Lucas comes home. Grounded hard to Rose. He's up with it. Fires to second. And they get him. And the side is retired. For the Dodgers, no runs on 2 hits. There were no errors. 2 men left on base. Reds trailing by 5 as we go to the home half. Drysdale will now face the bottom of the Reds lineup. Larkin, Henson, and Lucas coming up. Larkin will lead it off. Drysdale ready. The pitch comes in. Drysdale loses him, and he trots down to first. And that's only the second walk issued by Drysdale. That was Larkin's first walk of the season. Henson coming up. Catcher Piazza sets his target. The pitch. Swung on, foul tip. Held by Piazza. Strikeout, 1 away. Next up, Cincinnati hitter Lucas. Drysdale looking home. Infield back at double play depth. Drysdale now swung on and missed. He struck him out. A pair of strikeouts for Drysdale here in the ninth. 2 gone. Morgan getting ready to go. Drysdale gets set to pitch. First baseman Garvey perched right in front of the bag. The pitch. Morgan lifts a lazy pop fly. Say rips back into left and brings it down. The Reds have lost this game. The Dodgers have won it. They've won by a score of 7-2. Here's the line for the Dodgers. 7 runs on 13 hits, 2 errors. They leave 9 for the Reds. 2 runs on 7 hits, 1 error. And they leave 8. Drysdale gets the win, his first. His record now 1-0. Rixey takes the loss, his first. His record now 0-1. So the Dodgers gain a step in this 3-game series. They now stand at 1-1 for the Dodgers. Overall, they now stand at 1-1. That's it for this time. Until next time, this is WAPBA and Ernie Harwell saying so long from Cincinnati. Dodgers take this one from the Reds, 7-2.
Hey guys, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Let's bring up League Manager. And so this is this is a really fun franchise all-star project, if I do say so myself. So yeah, Aaron, this isn't something that this is not a commercial product. So yeah, definitely be happy to get this to you. I thought we'd bring up advanced draft while we talked about this game just for a few minutes. Because we're always talking about, and I'm getting, as much as I love this game, what I'm about to say, I don't think is going to surprise anybody. So let me get rid of that. And yeah, still lots of icons. So I'm going to try to keep the new PC a little bit clean from them. But anyhow, this is not a game that's going to draw in 20-somethings. And I mean, I think we know that. It's too bad. I think, for many of us, I think the draw to this game, as Derek said, typed in the top of the broadcast, this was just an incredible game. It still is. And this game is, 30 years old now or something like that. So it still holds up very, very well. The commentary is incredible. But and actually, while I'm in here, I've got to change the name of the Brooklyn Dodgers, and I'll explain why, because we'd have the Dodgers playing the Dodgers at some point, which would get really weird. For a lot of us, it's remembering, listening to radio, baseball on the radio, whether that, and so there's that connection. And, this kind of broadcasting that Ernie Harwell does, I mean, by necessity, radio broadcasting had to be very, very descriptive. And, I think for many of us, again, it's that cadence, right, of these broadcasters, these great broadcasters, capture really the essence of what baseball is all about. And a 20-something whose only exposure to baseball has been, maybe watching it on television. And again, I will always maintain that, baseball is not a television game. It just really isn't. It's best seen live or heard on the radio, or just listened to. That's why that's why I put this game on the channel, and why there's not a lot of people show up for these, because there's nothing to look at. There's the stat, there's the image of the field. You get an occasional little scoreboard thing or whatever, but and I've always said I'm going to do a game on here where I'm managing, just to show that this game is just miles better than APBA Go in every way. There's more managing options in this game. The things that you can do with what they call disks. So the ways you can work with the database and stuff like that, you can create what you want in this game. Provided you have the seasons, or if you're a sort of legacy user like myself, seasons that you can create, or projects that you can create using the Fan Park Encyclopedia and then import them. I'll always give John Hurston a hearty thank you for that. This game does have a surprisingly strong community behind it. There's no official forums for it, but if you go on Delphi, you'll find a lot of people play this game, and a lot of people, though it didn't happen today because we just have our regulars in here. Our hardcore folk in here today, and it just never ceases to amaze me how people will come in and say, "Oh wow, boy, I remember this game, and I wish it was still available." And as Truth Hurts Wilkie said, I mean, APBA's given up on this game, I think, and that's a shame, because it is available. You can buy it. Go buy it. To do some of the really cool stuff, you need an older version of it to create some of the projects that you want. But even if you just pick it up, I don't know. It's such a good game. But we're out of the park. A game like Out of the Park Baseball, I think, or Action PC Baseball would, and Out of the Park even more so, may attract some folks after they're sort of, okay, I've played enough MLB The Show, I want more depth. And all respect to Legend Sports Universe, who is, doing incredible things with MLB The Show. I mean, most people, are playing it as a Twitch game, and they're buying it every year for the new season and maybe whatever new eye candy there is, or, credit for them last year, the laying the groundwork, and I call it a groundwork. They still need to do a lot more with the Negro Leagues. But anyhow, I digress. Because Out of the Park does have, as far as text baseball sims, hands down, graphically, there's nothing that can touch it. It's also, in my estimation, the deepest digital baseball sim out there. You got to get your hands dirty, and it's intimidating. But this game, right, if you had somebody that was looking for, okay, yeah, I've been playing a lot of Twitch type games like Super Mega Baseball, and they haven't really messed with franchise mode the way that Legends has sort of reinvented MLB The Show. This wouldn't be the game I would recommend to them. So, I hate to be a doomsayer, but it seems to me that this game, for those of us who do play it, Aaron and myself, it's going to, as long as YouTube's around, people will be able, it's going to be a curiosity to people in years to come. I think even as it is now, sort of curiosity. I watch the viewership count on when I put this game up here, and it's interesting. It hovers around about where it is, anywhere from 5 to 8, maybe 9. I think the biggest crowd I ever had in here one night was like 12 people, and that was during the Scott McGregor no hitter. And I'll get to some comments here because I think they're really, really good. I guess I'm not bashing John Herson as a person. See what I did there? I'm not. I do question some decisions, like, again, making APBA Go the kind of central hub for everything, because it's not the central hub for anything. It's still just the basic game. So limited managing options in that. There's still only one ballpark in that, and it costs you as much as Strat Max. Now, Strat Max only has one park in it too, and it's not not representation of anything, but it's a better game. Dynasty League. I was watching our Red Sox fan play that for a couple innings, and I was looking at the price, and it was like $26 a month. Not sure, but what a great game. And I think APBA Go is very much kind of in a sort of status quo mode, if you will. May his memory be eternal. Robbie Wartburg had told me about APBA Go back in 2019, I think it was, and I gave it a shot. And I'm like, okay, $20, it's APBA, and I've been playing baseball for Windows since 1995, with breaks for dinners and stuff like that, of course. And I was really disappointed in the game. But now, on the other hand, with all that being said, because I don't think this game can really attract, the hardcore baseball fans like those of us in here, and see our viewership just went down to 3 for this video. That's all right. It's not about the numbers anyhow. It's just about baseball. How could John Herson really sell the product, right? To attract these new players? They don't have any reference point. Aaron's the kid in our community. So, and he's tuned in to listening to baseball, also by the fact of the challenges that he faces, which actually are kind of opportunities, because I would wager, because the other kid and is not with us anymore, is Robbie Wartburg, also. But those two are kind of the exceptions to the rule. So, if John Herson was to spend the kind of money either using AI technology, which there's technology out there where, Ernie Harwell's voice could be sampled from this. It's still not cheap. It's still not cheap to actually go forward with this. And so I think I don't see. I think this will be the end of it. I don't. Would it be amazing if some whiz kids, with money went in and said, we're going to buy this, and then from the ground up do something out of the park. I really think it's going to be the first game to do, would be able to have an announcer, not a narrator. This is not a narrator. Remember, this isn't like Microsoft narrator technology. It's not what this is. It's not reactive. To have them create an entirely amazing new APBA baseball with graphics and animation and this announcing, then I think the game would, could take off. But other than that, I think that this is going to be, will always remain an important part of baseball gaming history. And I think Derek Bain would be best to certainly speak to that. And I don't want to just get Derek on here at some random time. I really want to work out a time when we can get him on here. And he said he can talk for days and days about baseball sims. So, Derek, if you're still here, we could even set that up now. I was wondering what next Saturday evening looks like for you or whatever. Let's get to some comments here from Truth Hurts Wookie, our good friend here. He said, Evansville AAA baseball using tape sound effects and teletype copy simulated live broadcasts of the quote-unquote away baseball games. Bates was named Indiana Sportscaster of the Year in 63 and 67, died in a plane crash with the Evansville Aces teams. May their memories be eternal. He said in 1975, Bates gained a national audience when Tom Snyder featured him on his NBC show. Later that year, baseball player turned sportscaster Joe Garagiola brought his NBC pregame show to Evansville just to highlight the innovative sports broadcasting work of Marv Bates. That's awesome stuff. And what he was doing, if you think about that, was that very, very first broadcast done in 1921, KDK in Pittsburgh. They weren't at the ballpark, and all that was simulated. So Bates doing something that was taking that sort of pioneering thing that KDK did with the first baseball game on the radio, but actually creating something amazing out of it. But again, I mean, look here now, this is, if this was an out of the park, game, sorry, the people I stay with making some noise in the background. If this was an out of the park game or action PC, or if I was rolling dice, which a lot of people would have, they would lose it if that ever happened. For people, look at the screen. There's nothing to look at. And it's a shame. It's a shame because, it's cool. And so I put it on here for the guys. Like, I know cousin Ken Castro many times has said, hey, I'm rolling up a game while I listen to this. I know for me, I love putting this game on and just lying back, and it's like I can listen to baseball on the radio and stuff like that. So I'll talk about this roster, this project here a little bit. So this is a big project. So you can see all the teams here. And each team has its own roster. So the Philadelphia Athletics and the Oakland Athletics are separate teams. The Baltimore Orioles and the St. Louis Browns are separate. The LA Dodgers, Brooklyn Dodgers, separate teams. New York Giants, San Francisco Giants, and so on and so forth. The Braves are split into Atlanta and Boston. So, and then for the franchises that never moved, such as Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, they're just represented by one team. But it's really, really good. But I've got to change the Dodgers name here. So I'm going to do that. I want to see if Ernie has the word bums in here. Let's look at the list. Because why not? We call them bums. I don't know if he's going to have them in here, but if they do, because there's going to be a point where the Brooklyn Dodgers might be playing the LA Dodgers. And I just want to fix that. And if not bums, we got to find something that will fit. Oh, well, we can always call them the bridegrooms if nothing else. So, but let me see. Yep, there they are. We're going to call them the bums. So the Brooklyn Dodgers are going to be the bums. So there we go. All right. And boop, there we go. Let me save that. So there. Let's get that. Truth Hurts Wilkie continues. Remember the Miley tapes lived 10 miles from me. He would tape thousands of games. Check out the Miley. I will do that. Definitely. Definitely will do that. So Minnesota Twins here, for instance. So you're going to see the Minnesota Twins and you're going to see the Washington Senators. But if we look at the Minnesota Twins, we're going to see essentially, right, the Minnesota Twins. So you're not going to see, in this case, you're not going to see the original Washington Senators sort of stirred in here, if you will. But they are actually in here as their own team, which I think is pretty awesome. So there they are. There they are. And again, so Aaron, I'm addressing this to you because I will be getting this to you. These are 25-man rosters per franchise, and with of course the crazy amount of players are in here. After you're done maybe doing something with this project, you can dump these guys onto a draft pool, and there's no doppelgangers in here. So there's 1,334 players. So there's really a crazy amount of stuff that you can do here. And this and Baseball for Windows drafts very, very well. So a lot of the suspects are in here. Also, Aaron, in League Manager, the pitchers are already preset and everything in this one. So pretty cool stuff. Yeah, 25-man rosters, I think work. So and I know there were decisions just like any, that had to be made in this. Just looking at the Brewers there, some of these franchises. So, like for instance, if we go to Chicago White Sox, for instance, while a lot of people associate Shoeless Joe Jackson with the Chicago White Sox, he is properly with the Cleveland Indians. More time with Cleveland. He's associated with the White Sox mainly because of what happened in 1919. But the beauty of this game is if you could just easily move players around or whatever, and it's not too bad. It's pretty easy. Again, I always say if our friend Aaron Reed can learn this game after a few days and he is sightless, this game is not that difficult to navigate. So you have like some of these the younger franchises. So the Rockies, they're not as old as the Mets. So, but I mean, it's not a bad team here. If you happen to be a Rockies fan, you got Larry Walker, Ellis Burks, Dante Bichette is on this team. There's Vinny Castilla, Nefi Perez, Andres Galarraga. But obviously, compare them to a team that has a long history, even to the Mets. The Mets, I think, are definitely a much, much stronger team. But I think this is still a lot of fun. And just another way to play, this amazing, amazing game. So let me see here. I think there are 4, 8, 12, 20, 24. So there's 28 teams. No, there's more than 28 teams. Good God, I should learn to count, right? All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 32 teams. 32 teams in here. So doing a draft is there's a bit to it. There is a bit to it, Aaron. I wish more people in the community played this game because I would love to do like a sort of some Q&A tutorials with it and stuff like that. But I think the people in the community who own this game, that's unfortunately it. I could stream this game 24 hours a day, 7 days a week if I could, and I don't think it's going to get. And it's too bad because it's a masterpiece, and I don't use that term lightly. It really is. It's a masterpiece. Let's continue here with Miley's collection. So Miley's collection started when he was a teenager in the 1940s, includes more than 6,000 historical radio and TV broadcast recordings of pre-1972 professional and amateur sporting events. The archive is also an audio gallery of the great sports announcers of the 20th century. The legendary voices of the past include Mel Allen, Red Barber, Harry Carey, Dizzy Dean, Don Dunphy, Red Grange, Ernie Harwell, Ted Husing, Clem McCarthy, Lindsey Nelson, Vin Scully, Bill Stern, and Bob Wolfe, among many others. In addition, there are audio recordings of television programs for which the video. Let's I'll tell you what. Let's the Miley collection. Is that what I'm Googling here? Let me see. Miley collection. All right, let's bring that over. Let's check it out, guys, together. So, True Throats Wilkie giving us. So here we go. So, oh wow. Okay. So baseballdirect.com has this. Let's check this out, guy. Here we go, guys. So let me put the link into the channel here. So complete game broadcast recordings, audio CDs, they're $20 each. Relive summer listening to complete game radio broadcasts from the Miley collection. Organized by decades, you'll enjoy our collection of historic broadcasts, starting with the oldest known recording from July 10th, 1934. The games are listed by date with teams and the final score. You'll also find the announcers' names in parentheses. Whether you choose a vintage game or one from modern times, you'll be swept up in the excitement. After all, it's baseball. So how amazing is that? Wow. I wish they offered this as a way to sort of stream, or in other words, where you could listen to it streaming. So complete game broadcasts. Let's look at let's for folks here. Oh, there you go. So split into years. So of course, let's look at 1971. So yeah, this is not cheap, but holy hell, pretty cool. So wow, due to the volume of our broadcast in the 70s, we've broken them down into each year. So this is really cool stuff. So there's the 71 World Series is in here. This is incredible. This is incredible. There's baseball videos on here. So wow. I wish they had a subscription service. So the Library of Congress now owns it. I wonder what kind of access they have. Let's go. Because the Library of Congress has a lot of, well, until, actually, no, I don't, well, yeah, I'm going to say, you know what, damn it, I don't care. When the man who just sold out democracy in the free world the other day, let's see what he's going to do, if he's going to even go in and mess with the Library of Congress. He's already trying to take over the Kennedy Center, so God forbid. Anyhow, so let me see. Let's look in here and look at the Miley collection, and let's see if we can strike any gold. Oh, good Lord. So, there's Miley Randolph Parrish collection, Howdy Miley collection, Joseph Miley collection. Boy, I don't even know which one I'm picking here. So, let me try Miley collection and baseball. See if this search engine helps us a little bit. As I type in baseball and it jumps away from me. It's grinding. They may not have it. There we go. All right. Library acquires. Okay, so yeah, back in 2011, the Library of Congress got this. So let's see. What an incredible legacy he leaves behind. So let me see here. So John Miley's decades-long passion for sports led him to collect an extensive archive of historical moments in athletic competition. Miley and the Library of Congress announced today that his vast collection of sports broadcast recordings made prior to 1972, known in the sporting world as the Miley Collection, will reside among the collections in the world's largest library. This acquisition represents the largest and most significant collection of sports broadcasts in America. Miley's collection includes more than 6,000 historic radio and television broadcast recordings of pre-1972 professional and amateur sporting events in every major area of athletic competition, including Major League Baseball, the National Hockey League, National Football League, National Basketball Association, Olympic events, Indy 500 races, Triple Crown horse races, boxing, golf, tennis, college football, basketball, and baseball. In addition to historic games, the archive is an audio gallery of the great sports announcers of the 20th century. And, again, we have Truth Hearts Wilkie already giving us this great description on this part, so we'll skip ahead. American life throughout most of the 20th century was immeasurably enriched by the radio and television broadcasts of amateur and professional sports events that had great national significance, said Librarian of Congress James A. Billington. Unfortunately, many of those broadcasts were never recorded or otherwise saved for posterity. With the acquisition of the John Miley collection, the Library of Congress now will be able to ensure the archival preservation of a collection that substantially documents the historical record of the nation's sports broadcast history prior to 1972, when sound recordings were not protected by federal copyright law. Now officially named the John Miley Sports Collection, broadcast collection, the archive of recordings spans the years 1920 to 1972 and includes some rare moments in sports history, such as the final game of the Brooklyn Dodgers on September 29th, 1957 in Philadelphia with the incomparable Vin Scully at the mic. Wow. So I'd spend the $20 just to hear that one. Let me see. So here we go. Harold Arlen's 1920 inaugural broadcast. So I was off by a year on KDK in Pittsburgh. All 7 games of the 55 World Series. Joe Louis versus Billy Conn heavyweight championship fights in 1941 and 46. Sandy Koufax's first no-hitter in 1962. The record-breaking game in November 1966, so some of you guys will care about this, between the Redskins and Giants, in which their combined scores totaled the largest number of points ever scored in an NFL game. A remarkably well-produced 1950 recreation of Grover Cleveland Alexander's win over the Yankees in the 7th game of the 1926 World Series. Wow, this just goes on and on and on and on. Native of Evansville, Indiana, Miley has been collecting and recording sports broadcasts off the air since his parents bought him a wire recorder in 1947 when he was a junior at Bosse High School. As an avid collector, he developed an extensive network of other collectors and recorders from whom he would purchase or trade recordings, amassing a uniquely extensive archive of sports broadcasts. He's been the authoritative source for sports broadcast recordings for many years and will consult with the library regarding sports-related items in the collections. He said, John Miley said, I've been looking for years for the proper place for my collection that would not only preserve it for generations to come, but also make it available to the public, said Miley. Started collecting broadcasts with the idea that I would have something to do when I retired, and that would be to listen to the tons of audio that I ended up recording down through the years. It didn't take long for me to realize that others wanted to hear this too. I look forward to helping the library identify other sports collectors who also want to share their collections with this venerable institution. The recordings will join the vast collection house at the library's Packard campus for audio-visual conservation in Culpeper, Virginia. The materials will be cataloged, digitally preserved, and made available to the public in the library's reading rooms on Capitol Hill and eventually on his website. That's going to be a lot of work to get this up here. So, man, if they start slashing the Library of Congress, ugh. Anyhow, the Library of Congress holds the largest collection of sound recordings in the world and has been collecting and preserving historically, culturally, and aesthetically significant sound recordings in all genres for more than 85 years. The Library of Congress is also the home of the National Recording Preservation Board and the National Recording Registry, which were established by the United States Congress to promote awareness of the need to preserve the nation's recording history for posterity. Wow. So this is awesome. I used to come on and just all kinds of amazing stuff in the Library of Congress. There's a great baseball card collection on here. So you recorded from reel to reel. Wow. This is incredible. I hope to, what's this? Due to security protocols for the State of the Union address, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I don't care. Whatever. I can tell you what the State of the Union is. Anyhow, welcome in, Sean. How you doing? Yeah, so reel to reel, they're gonna have some good. It's gonna be some good sound quality too. Where is it? There's this amazing baseball cards collection on here. Let me, because I think it's the O'Reilly. Is the O'Reilly? Let's find this, because this might be of some use for folks playing old time at baseball and they want some images. Yep, there it is. There it is. All kinds of good stuff on here. I'm trying to find. This is an incredible. Lots of stuff on here. So if you guys should get on here, if you're looking for things, well, for anything, the Library of Congress is just great. Here we go. So baseball cards, 1887 to 1914, card sets in chronological order. I forget who donated this. This was a huge collection. The cards are also broken down in, who the distributors were and stuff like that. So you see like Old Judge cigarettes. There's Yum Yum tobacco. That's how you got baseball cards back in the day, as you guys know. So back then, parents had to have some money to pay for. Oh my God, yeah! I mean, reel to reel. That was studio quality stuff. So, boy, that Miley collection. That's I mean, at least right now we've got classic baseball on the radio on YouTube, which, as far as baseball goes, that's the best channel on YouTube is classic baseball on the radio. So no knock on my my fellow YouTube creators on here, but nothing beats the real thing, baby. So, but for the few of us here that play some, that do some old time stuff, and you want some images for your players. To put into Action PC or Out of the Park Baseball. Pretty cool stuff here. Let me just look at in large image here. This is John Montgomery Ward, instrumental in the creation of the Players League, former Penn Stater. Yay. So there he is. There's John Montgomery Ward. Yeah. So Sean says he's actually getting rid of all his add-ons now. So once you get new external storage, he's going to gather this sort of stuff again. Yeah, this is a treasure trove here. There's a great section of the, and I mean, again, it's the Library of Congress, for goodness sakes. It's got just incredible. And what they've done on the internet is absolutely incredible. And let's also throw some love to the Internet Archive. And so, public service announcement, I'm not part of them or anything, but every once in a while, guys, if you got a spare $5-10, shoot it over the Internet Archive. Super important resource. They have things that the Library of Congress may not have available. That's an incredible site as well. But the Library of Congress, wow, I just nervous. I'm just nervous these days. That this would be. So I've done a lot of work in academic libraries. I've done everything a librarian does, except I've never done acquisitions. But there are two places on Earth, actually three places on Earth that I would love to work at. And it would not be a job for me outside of entertainment. In order, they would be the library of the National Baseball Hall of Fame. I'd love to work there. The Hall of Fame itself is always hiring, but usually the library is just hiring archivists, because it's not like an open borrow library. So that would be first. Library of Congress a close second, and in the Vatican Library. But I would, oh my God, I would absolutely just, I would love to work at the Library of Congress. It would be incredible. I just be enough. Look, if I can just buy food, I have a roof over my head, I can feed my cats and stuff like that. I wouldn't need a big salary, just as long as I could, I could live outside somewhere in Virginia, somewhere, and enough to just commute in, and I would be totally and completely happy working here. But of course, I don't think there's any careers right now. So they just have a lot. They have there was an exhibit specialist, but I have no experience. Well, I have a little bit of experience in it, but I don't know. I'd be a little afraid right now of trying to get a federal job. Digital collection specialist. How about that? Anyhow, I'm way off target now, or way off baseball. So, I'll tell you what, Sean. Oh, okay. We should do that. I don't know if that's copyrighted. But we'll have to look at that. I can't. So, guys, I'm going to put. There's the link. Because I'm using StreamYard, I can't. Actually, I could go to YouTube and pull it out because I'm in StreamYard right now, so I can't look at. But I will definitely check this out. In fact, let me put this up for later. So academic libraries, you'd be surprised. They're not slow paced. So if you'd ever want to work in a library, Sean, make sure you're working for a public library. University libraries are actually pretty fast paced. And again, depends on the size of the university. I was the maps specialist at Penn State, and I also worked in government documents there for a number of years. Before I went to grad school, and also had to teach people how to do legal research, patent research, trademarks, stuff like that. So, but yeah, public libraries are definitely slower paced and more quiet. So yeah, I loved working in libraries. I worked in two. I worked at Penn State for a number of years, and then the University of Michigan, and both very, very just rewarding places to work, and to know that you're helping shape minds. It's awesome stuff. So, Truth Hurts Wilkie says, I would like to have worked at the Baseball Hall of Fame. Yeah, me too. A friend of mine, and some people in the baseball community actually know him. Or know of him, Derek Beckner. I actually worked with him at Penn State. Derek is such a nice guy, great, awesome baseball fan. Just walking encyclopedia. In fact, he's the guy that turned me on to Diamond Mine baseball. Derek was actually going to be hired. This was years ago. Was going to be hired at the Baseball Hall of Fame, and then they got the news that they were having a baby, and the Hall of Fame just wasn't paying enough to be able to do that. But oh my God, I would love to work there. They just had an opening. Ken Castro sent along to me, but unfortunately, even though I can do everything a librarian does, I don't have an MLS or a Master of Library Science. My master's is in education, so the requirement is a master's degree, but they prefer an MLS, and you needed something like 5 years of archival experience. And I only had like about, I don't know, maybe I think 2 years of archiving experience. So I really, and just didn't have I just wasn't qualified. I wasn't going to waste the Hall of Fame's time. But if they were looking for somebody like, as a research assistant, I would jump all over it. And even if it paid less than FedEx, I would take the job. If the Baseball Hall of Fame would hire me, I would slash expenses, and I'd be working in upstate New York. And they're only closed on, I think they're only closed Christmas. I think it's the only day they're closed. I would be there. They would have to actually force me to take vacation if I could work at the Baseball Hall of Fame. So, yeah, well, it's cheaper in Canada than it is here, Sean. So now, if you can find a family to sponsor you in one of the Scandinavian countries, you could go to school there. It's free. And you could get your MLS over there. That would be a good retirement job if you wanted to get away from the wife, says Truth Hurts Wokey. How about it? Oh, my God. Would be something. But anyhow, guys, thank you for coming in and just let me do a little bit of a jaw thing here. I'm going to get that link here from Truth Hurts Wokey because I do want to watch that. So I'm going to pop on to YouTube here and do that. And then we'll get out of here in a moment. Let me find that link. There we go. All right. Yeah, this is by a news station, so I'm unfortunately can't play it here on YouTube. Guys, check it out. I'm going to check it out myself later. And about the Miley collection. Okay. It's just 6 minutes. I probably wouldn't get bonked for putting it on here, but all right. Guess that's pretty much it. There probably will be some baseball this evening. It'll be something else, whatever. But let's go ahead and boom, and there we go. We're back to the Ernie screen. So Truth Hurts Wokey said that they sent him a few years of several seasons of baseball transaction, 1956, 57, 62, 63. Just request them from the Hall of Fame. That's awesome. That is awesome. Oh, thank you, my friend. And I will be in touch with you via email this week because especially after what happened just a few days ago, I really want to seriously give your idea some serious thought, because it's dangerous now. It's dangerous. It's whatever. And I think I need a platform where I can start really just speaking about these things. And this isn't the proper place to do it. But thank you. All right. And thank you to Truth Hurts Wokey, to Sean, to Aaron Reed. So small crowd here, but all cool here today. Checking out some APBA baseball for Windows. Derek Bain was with us as well, and got to work out when to get Derek on here. All right, I will look. Thank you. All right, guys. I'll probably put a little poll up later saying, okay, we're going to play some baseball tonight. What digital game would you like to do? Last thing for owners of Pocket Pen at Run Baseball. They updated. There's a hot fix for the database for 1871 to 1919. So if you don't have it, which I haven't picked it up yet either. So it's just a hot fix, just copied over, and it fixes the database, the column shift, and that particular part of that mammoth crazy game there. All right. So look for a little bit of. So am I going to create a Rumble channel? No, I won't go. No, I'm going to do my thing on YouTube. Um, so yeah, so it's not going to be quite like that. But yeah, it is going to be political, and it is going to be, you know, it's going to be what it is. And it's not going to necessarily be in fact, it's not going to be a liberal thing, but it is going to be talking about facts and gathering from resources and talking about things. We can't just turn a blind eye to what's going on. We can't. Not anymore. Not anymore. So, well, you know what? At the end of the day, though, Sean, I'll say this, and I'll make this comment. I respect principles. I do. I mean, and that's what this idea is going to be about. But I think that the message is important. And I think that right now, this is the platform to reach larger numbers of people than Rumble. There are a lot of people there, certainly. But, you know, YouTube is still big. It's big. And there are, so those of us who are internet savvy, we know about Rumble. We know about things like locals, right? Things like that. You know, there's an alternative now to X called Blue Sky, which I'm hoping they do well. But I'm not paying YouTube anything to be on here. This doesn't cost at all to have a channel. So I'm not really supporting YouTube. I do think some of its policies are a little bit bizarre. You know, there are certain words that you can't say on YouTube that you can on Rumble, you know. Well, it doesn't have to be a free speech platform. So that's where the, you know, First Amendment, right? So because I can't, and I wouldn't, because the Holocaust happened, all right? But if I went on YouTube and said the Holocaust didn't happen, they could shut me down, and they would be within their legal right to do so. A lot of people pick on, you know, big social media platforms saying, well, I should be able to say what you want. And that's not what the First Amendment says. That protects your right, or that protects you against the government abrogating your right to free speech. But, you know, Google, right, YouTube, Facebook, I'm not a big Mark Zuckerberg fan, but you know what? He has the right to allow or not allow certain kinds of speech. And that's the same here. That is the same there. Yep. Well, you know, no, it's true. It's the First Amendment, buddy. And, you know, businesses, I can't go to FedEx and say, you know, the place where I work, and just start spouting hate speech. They're going to say, you're fired. And they would have a right to. They're not abrogating my First Amendment rights. So there we go. So perhaps, Sean, perhaps. Hey, Kevin, how you doing? He said, yep, there can be a fine line between free speech and being an asshole. How you doing, Kevin? It's good to see you. Just finishing up here. Did a little baseball for Windows stuff. So good to see you, man. It is good to see you. Doing awesome. Great. So, Sean, let's not get, if you want to engage with me, that's one thing, but let's not engage with other folks coming in here because we're doing baseball. Okay. Yeah, you missed the late nights. Yeah, we did almost, I think we did 4 hours and something last night. So we actually did 3 games. Actually had 3 games. More of it was games than discussion. And Tim, Clee Baseball Fan 879, actually called 2 of the 3 games, which was really cool. So we put him to work. Yep, we put him to work. We did 3 games in out of the park baseball. So that was really, really fun. We did the first game we did was from Mike Garland's classic MLB teams we used in the 1970s from that quick start. Then we played Red Sox, White Sox, 1967, and then we did a game in 1908. So that was really, really cool. Had a great time. It peaked out at something like 20 some people at some point, but ended up it was just Aaron and Tim and I at the end of the 5 hours, and I think the other 8 people watching were sleeping. But it's been fun. And by the way, since you're here, and this is your 3rd time here, I've got to give you your wrench, man, because that's what it'd be all about, is just family and saying thank you. So let me put a wrench here for you, and you will be a moderator on this channel. Well, I thank you. I really, really do. All right. And boom, you are now a moderator. All right. I've been talking way, way, way too much. So I'm hoping I'm going to get in touch with Derek Bain. Hopefully by maybe next Saturday. We'll start earlier so that Derek doesn't have to be a vampire. So I'm hopefully maybe we can get Derek, if he's kind of free, next Saturday evening, get him on here. And if so, I'll be advertising that through the week, through posts and, any sort of broadcast that I do here. And there's going to be, I'm having Derek on here to talk about not only baseball gaming, baseball simming, but also, just having him talk about, the books that he's written, the deep analyses he's done, things like that. I think it's going to be really, really awesome for the entire community. So again, really, really, really chuffed that Derek wants to do this. So we get him on here, buckle up, and it'll be a lot of fun. So tentatively, I always have to work around a guest schedule. So it could be a Saturday night, could be a Sunday afternoon, but I will reach out to him on Facebook. So be some baseball this evening. I don't know what game. I'll put a little poll up there. You guys can choose. I'll put you want out of the park? Do you want pocket pen? Whatever. I'll put like five games up there, and you guys can choose one, and we'll go from there. All right. So again, thank you, everybody, and till the next time. See you around the batting cage. Go play some baseball. All right. Take care. Bye.